People always ask if I have a proper studio. Well, here's the surprise. This is it. It's my lounge. When you live alone and your creativity is part of who you are, and the line between life and studio gets a little bit blurry, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Chris. I'm an animal artist. I bring the wild beauty of nature into your home with artwork that speaks to your soul. And as you can see, I'm kind of surrounded by some of my own artwork on the walls. I'll show you around a little bit more in a second. So I'll just show you. This, believe it or not, is where my filming's done of my soon to be announced new online workshops. It just works. It's a comfortable height. The lighting I can get right. Not always too sure about my gooseneck, but anyway, we'll sort that out. And then this is my desk area. Always coffee on the go. And look at those beautiful flowers. I was lucky this week. My daughter sent them to me. Can you believe, for starting my YouTube channel? It's been a big deal. Some of the art here is, you know, some I've done a little while back. There's a reason that I have never sold my art or never attempted to sell my art straight away. I'm going to just spin you around because I'm not sure if you can actually see this area where my other painting area is. I have 3 painting areas in here. So let's just give you a quick spin. And this area here, I quite often sit and paint if I decide I want to watch film while I'm painting or watch YouTube, because I do watch YouTube myself. So sometimes I sit on the sofa, and then I also have my easel here. And today I'm actually going to do a little bit of work on this piece of artwork. This piece, I started off as a bit of a challenge. There was a swan in the garden on the pond all winter, and it was beautiful. So I decided I'd go and take some photos, and when I wanted to take the photos, it decides to rear its wings. But actually it was a really lovely picture. So I challenged myself to do my canvas on a black in just with just using white. How far can you get just using white? It's acrylic, by the way. So I started very thin and I just built those layers out. And I was amazed because I got all the way there and all I've used is a bit of black and a bit of a mixed orangey colour. So today I want to do something with this bottom half. I don't like it. The swan was actually sat on a reed bed, but it was winter. It was quite bitty, it was horrible. So today we're going to go down to the pond, and you're coming with me, by the way, and I want to photo some of the pond to decide what I'm going to put in here. I don't want to go too mad. The lilies are out at the moment. It wasn't on the lily bit, but actually the lilies look really nice, but I need a certain shot, and I'll explain that whilst we do it. So I'm going to cut off here, and we're going to go down to the pond, and we'll take some photos down there. So I've walked down to the pond area, but I'm just showing you the riverside first, because I've got some of these massive trees around here, and they're absolutely gorgeous. It's a really sunny day, so I might go a bit finishy with the sun on the camera, but we'll see. And over this side is the pond, which is absolutely fabulous. I've sat down for a spot of lunch, and I'm just putting the pictures from here onto here. I think that's a really good angle, and I'm actually going to start by using that picture and putting some of that detail in here. I'm using a pastel actually right now because it's easier. That's, okay, let's see how that goes. I don't want to go mad because I don't want to go into detail too high up. So I'm working with acrylics. I don't think you can see my tray, but there we have it. Look, I have everything pointing in a tray because if I spill anything, it's easier to deal with. I have to say, going into this painting is a little bit scary because it's been sat here for ages deciding where I was going to go with it. So now to make this decision, because once I'm going, it's hard to go backwards. I know I can, but I'm going to go first one. This is just going to be built in little layers. Should go around the corner maybe. Yeah, I have these lovely long brushes, so that if I decide to film, I can be out of the way. But sometimes I forget and hold them right near the end. Yesterday I managed to run out of storage. Anyway, I carried on with the picture so far, and I'm actually quite happy with it because you can now get the feeling of the leaves and looking into that picture. I chose the pink lilies because they have a lovely red tinge to the leaves, and I think that will lift it even more. So we'll be doing more of that on another occasion. I will anyway. Just to show you my palette, I just mix as I go along. I'm not one of these that mixes all my colours. I kept changing the colour of the greens as I went. Today I am launching my first online tutorial, and it's for my wonderful lovely Highland Cow here. So if you wanted to paint a Highland Cow, even if you're a beginner, intermediate, it doesn't really matter. It's a course that is several videos. You go at your own pace. There's a PDF to go alongside it, and it's on a very, very special offer for 2 weeks only of £25. When that 2 weeks is over, it'll be back up to £47. So that's the offer. I will put a link in the comments for you. You'll be able to pick it up off my website, but I'll actually just put a link in there for you.